Your child's phone just became a glowing rectangle of endless distraction, but you hold the remote. How you handle this first digital boundary quietly shapes their self-regulation and your daily peace for the next decade. Most parents set up parental controls as a digital cage, which guarantees a rebellion, but there is a completely different way. By the end of this, you will have a calm, collaborative system in place that keeps them safe without turning you into the bad guy. Handing a child their first smartphone is one of those milestones that sneaks up on you. One minute they are asking to borrow your phone to play a game, and the next, they have their own device, their own number, and a direct line to the entire internet. It is completely normal to feel a knot in your stomach when you think about what they could stumble across, or how many hours they might lose to a screen. But here is the secret that changes everything. The technology itself is not the enemy. The way we introduce it is what makes or breaks the experience. Let us walk through exactly how to set up your parental control app, step by step, but we are going to do it with a mindset shift. We are not building a prison, we are building training wheels. The first thing you will want to tackle is app blocking, because this is where most parents make their first big mistake. They open the dashboard, see a list of every app on the phone, and just start blocking anything that looks like a game or a social network. But that is only part of the story, and it usually backfires. When you block everything, your child feels like you do not trust them, and they start looking for workarounds. Instead, open your app management section and look at the actual usage data. You want to block the time sinks, not necessarily the apps themselves. Think about a 10-year-old named Leo. Leo loved building things in his sandbox game, but he was staying up until midnight playing it, and his grades were slipping. His parents did not delete the game. Instead, they went into the parental control dashboard, found that specific app, and set it to block between 8 in the evening and 7 in the morning. You can do this by tapping on the specific app icon in your control panel and selecting the schedule or downtime feature. You set the hours you want the app to be inaccessible. The beauty of this is that the app is still there. They can still play it on the weekend, or after their homework is done. You are just putting a fence around the deep end of the pool. You can also use the category block feature to instantly restrict entire groups, like all dating apps or all gambling apps, with a single toggle. This keeps the truly dangerous stuff locked down permanently, while giving your child some breathing room with the rest of their digital life. But blocking apps is only the surface level. The real magic happens when you combine it with the next setting, which is your daily screen time limits. This is where the concept of a digital allowance comes in. Go into the screen time or device schedule section of your dashboard. You will see options for a daily limit and also a strict bedtime schedule. Set the bedtime schedule first. This is non-negotiable. Set the phone to lock completely at 9 at night and unlock at 7 in the morning. Sleep is the foundation of everything else, and this one setting will change your mornings dramatically. For the daily allowance, do not just pick a random number like 2 hours. Think about what a reasonable budget looks like for your family. If they need the phone for after-school coordination, for listening to music, and for a little bit of gaming, maybe 3 hours is the right number. Set that daily limit in the dashboard. Now here is where it gets interesting, because setting the time limit is only half the battle. The other half is what happens when the timer hits 0. If the screen just goes black while they are in the middle of a multiplayer match, you are going to get a meltdown. Most parents never notice this, but your parental control app has a built-in warning feature. Go into the settings and enable the 5-minute and 1-minute warnings. This gives them a chance to wrap up their game, save their progress, and transition to the next activity. It shifts the dynamic from you yanking the phone away to the clock simply running out. You are no longer the bad guy. The app is just the timer. If you want calmer, more confident parenting in a screen-filled world, sticking around and subscribing is probably the simplest way to stay one step ahead of what your kids are facing. The digital landscape changes every single month, and having a community of parents navigating this together makes all the difference. Once you have your app blocks and your time limit set, it is time to talk about the feature that makes parents feel the safest, but makes kids feel the most spied on: location tracking. When you first got the parental control app, you probably saw the location tab and immediately thought about peace of mind. And it is true, knowing your child made it to school safely is a huge relief. But if you use location tracking the wrong way, it will destroy your child's trust in you. To set it up, go to the Location or Tracking tab in your dashboard. You will need to ensure location services are enabled on the child's device. Once it is active, you will see a map. But do not just stare at the map. Set up safe zones, sometimes called geofences. You can drop a pin on your house, their school, and maybe their grandparents' house. The app will then send you a quiet notification when they arrive at or leave these zones. But there is one real problem with how parents use this. They start using it to track their child's every move like a bounty hunter. They see the dot on the map moving toward the park instead of straight home, and they immediately call and interrogate them. This makes the child feel suffocated. If navigating this trust and safety balance feels overwhelming, I put together a free sample chapter of my Parenting in the Digital Age guide. It breaks down exactly how to talk to your kids about tracking and screen limits without the power struggles, and you can grab that free chapter linked right below in the description. The secret to location tracking is radical transparency. Do not track them in secret. Sit down with them, open the app on your phone, and then open the companion app on their phone. Show them exactly what you see. Tell them, I am not tracking you to spy on you. I am tracking you because I love you and it is my job to keep you safe. It is exactly like a seatbelt in the car. It is there for an emergency, not to control how you drive. Give them a sense of autonomy within the tracking. If they are just hanging out in the backyard, let them know they can pause the location sharing, or you can set a rule that you only check the live map if they do not answer a text. Use the safe zone notifications for logistics, like texting them when you see they have arrived at soccer practice, rather than using the live map to micromanage their physical movements. When they realize the tracking is about safety and not surveillance, the resistance completely melts away. Now, you have the app set up. You have blocked the late-night time sinks, you have set a fair daily allowance with warnings, and you have transparent location tracking with safe zones. The technical setup is done. But the most important step is how you introduce this to your child. Do not just hand them a locked-down phone and walk away. That creates an immediate adversarial relationship. Instead, have a family meeting. Sit down at the kitchen table without any screens in sight and explain the setup. Use the driving analogy. Tell them that getting a phone is a lot like learning to drive. When you are 16, you do not just get handed the keys to a sports car and told to figure it out. You get a learner's permit. You have a parent in the passenger seat. You have restrictions on how late you can drive and where you can go. As you prove that you are responsible, those restrictions get lifted. Explain that the parental control app is their learner's permit. Tell them exactly what is blocked, what the time limits are, and how the location tracking works. Answer their questions. Listen to their frustrations without getting defensive. If they say it is unfair, validate their feelings. Say, I know it feels restrictive. I remember being your age and wanting total freedom. But my job right now is to help your brain build the habits it needs to handle this technology, and eventually, we will take these training wheels off. And this is the crucial part. You actually have to take the training wheels off. The setup you create today is not permanent. It is a living, breathing agreement. Every 3 or 6 months, sit down and review the dashboard together. Look at the usage reports. If they have been consistently respecting the bedtime lock and their grades are good and they are putting the phone away when asked, celebrate that. And then, adjust the settings. Maybe you increase their daily allowance by 30 minutes. Maybe you unblock one new app they have been asking for. Maybe you tell them they no longer need to share their location during the school day. This is how you build intrinsic motivation. When a child sees that responsible behavior leads to increased freedom, they stop fighting the rules and start working with you. They realize that you are not trying to control them. You are trying to prepare them for the real world, where there is no parental control app to stop them from scrolling until 3 in the morning. There will still be bumps in the road. There will be a day when they try to bypass a block, or they lose track of time and the screen locks while they are playing with friends. When that happens, do not panic and do not punish them harshly. Treat it as data. Ask them what happened. Help them problem solve. Remind them that the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Raising kids in the digital age is arguably the hardest version of parenting we have ever faced. We are navigating uncharted territory without a map. but you're already doing the most important thing by being here, by learning how to set these boundaries, and by caring enough to get the setup right. You are giving your child the greatest gift possible, the ability to use technology as a tool, rather than letting technology use them. What is the one screen time rule that actually works in your home, or the one that completely failed and you had to change? Let me know in the comments, because I read every single one and I love learning what is working for other families. Remember, the ultimate goal of all these settings, all these blocks, and all these limits is not to create a perfectly controlled child. The goal is to raise a child who knows how to control themselves. You have got this.